Hello, dudes and dudettes. Welcome to our March edition of our critically acclaimed What's New video series. I'm going to try to catch you up on everything that's been happening in the past month. We're just going to blow through all these cool articles and things that have gotten posted. First up, Hello, Why Me? The Android God has given us a substrate hooking template and mod menu. If you're into the Android hacking scene, check this out. It actually works. I am now doing paid mentoring and consulting, $40 per hour. I will help you with whatever you need help with. I will answer any of your questions. I will mentor you. I will debug your code. I'll help you make cheats. I'll do whatever you want. There are some limitations. If you're interested, check out the thread and drop a reply if you're interested. I rewrote the Start Here Aimbot tutorial guide. Actually, this is a new guide, and it basically everything on the forum that we have to do with aimbots, everything you need to know is right here. It's going to feature BDK player CS:GO aimbot math explain video, and it goes over each of the different things that you're going to need, right? You need to be able to parse the entity list. You need calc angle function. We have many different ones that you can use depending on the game that you're working on. We have radian and degrees conversions. We have some information and links regarding the basics of trigonometry, normalizing angles, clamping angles, a get best target routine. It's a very simplistic one. It's what you should be using. It's very basic and it works great and it's fast. Everything you want to know about FOV aimbots, target locking, aimbot smoothing, human aim, silent aim, how to write to view angles, how to move the mouse without writing to view angles. Basically, everything you need to know, and then 3 source codes, which are our best 3 on the forum that tell you what to do. Next up, Timber, pumping out lots of articles as always. Stack flow hijacking, how to seize control and hide your code by seizing the stack. Basically, he found some functions which have executable memory. The stack is executable memory, so he was able to write executable code into that. Just a cool little tutorial. Oh boy, this is Bobu99's JavaScript interpreter for game hacking. It's absolutely ridiculous. He's been working on this for a while. I featured it in one of the meme videos. I don't know if you saw it, but basically he's got this interpreter he's basically got an ESP going, and the whole thing's written in JavaScript. Pretty nuts, pretty cool. Next up, BDK Player has ported his Age of Empires 2 hack to the new Definitive Edition, which is pretty sweet. Really cool project. You don't see a lot of hacks for RTSs, but they are cool. Unity game hacking guide and tutorials. I rewrote this whole guide to include all the information that we have. Number one most important thing when you're hacking Unity games, do not use native methods. Don't use CSGO and Assault Cube methods to hack Unity. It's not going to work out. So everything you need to know about hacking Unity games is there. We have Rico made this cool program for us. It's called the Guided Hacking Debug Me. Right now, it includes 6 different features which will detect a debugger being attached to it. Basically, his goal here is to have all the different ways that you can detect someone manipulating a process, and basically like how would you make an anti-cheat? These are all the different things that you might use. So he's putting that together. I'm going to make a video showing you how to disable each one of those features. I think that'll be pretty cool. Check it out, open source as always. Sambo posted a RTTI dumper written in C, which is pretty cool. I've always wanted to do this myself, but I never got around to it. So if you want to check this out, he explains everything that it does, well-commented code, all that good stuff. System calls. Timber had a thread about system calls a while ago, a little tutorial. Here's just a little example using NT create file if you're interested in that. How to debug effectively. We see so many people where they don't know how to debug their code. The Visual Studio debugger is completely overpowered. Any little bug you have, just use the debugger. You're going to find it. It only takes a couple of seconds usually. Especially internal. Inject your hack, but use the Visual Studio debugger, and it's going to tell you what line the crash occurred on and why it crashed. It's almost always an access violation, so you'll know exactly which line you need to do a null pointer check or whatever, something like that. So it's very important that you learn how to debug, right? I posted this. I don't know why I was working on this, but I posted a CSGO internal trigger bot that I wrote. I think I was helping someone. Anyways, get starting how to find the entity list. Very important tutorial. Everyone wants to know this, and we have videos for Assault Cube and CSGO. I go into a little more depth about what it's like finding them in different games. There's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different ways that an entity list can be, right? It can be an array of entities, an array of entity pointers, a linked list of nodes, which then point to entity objects, or an array of nodes which contain pointers to entity objects. This is like what CS:GO is, right? It's actually a linked list underneath, but that's just abstracted away from you. In Call of Duty and Quake Engine games, it's an array of entity objects, Assault Cube, an array of entity pointers. Unreal Engine is a linked list, not just players, it includes everything. Sometimes they have a separate list of just the players as well. And then CS:GO, we know, is an array of nodes which have pointers to entity objects. So we'll go really in depth here trying to tell you exactly how to find it if you don't know what type it is. And then here's our 3 video tutorials that you need to watch. Everything you need to know is there. How to find lots of engines in IDA Pro in Black Ops, just a good little Call of Duty tutorial on finding function names. Next up, anti-debugging tricks. There is a trick where you use close handle to detect a debugger. Basically, if there is a handle that doesn't exist and you try to close the handle, then an exception gets thrown, right? So if you're an anti-cheat, you can try to catch that exception. If your debugger catches it instead of the game's debugger, then you are obviously cheating, right? So that's how that works. So he tells you how that works. Pretty neat. Hook detection, return address verification. This is something we talk about a lot with anti-cheats. You don't want, they can just check the return address, and if it's not in the right module or if it's not in the right place, then instantly they know that you've hooked it, right? So Timber, as always, goes in depth and shows you how to take care of that. Cleon, my main man, came through with the Doom lib finally, and it's actually really sick. It's got a ton of cool shit in it. He reversed the shit out of this game. Um, Really cool. Check it out. If you have that game, definitely try it. I made a little thread on understanding pointers and how to find pointers. Seems to just be a problem that everyone has. It's just like, just one day you finally get it and it clicks and you understand it. But as most of the people that come to the website are beginners, that is basically like the hardest part. That's like the first hurdle. If you don't understand pointers, you're not going to get anywhere. So it's important that we have enough resources covering this topic. So I tried to put together all of our resources for that. What does server-sided mean, right? This is a common question. Everyone wants to hack MMO, gold, and crap like that. So we get this question a lot. So I made a little guide, tells you everything you need to know about client replication, authoritative server, network models, and that type of thing. Hit instruction definitions in uxtheme.dll. This is the first post from Dax. Basically, it just shows you a really easy method to export a header file, which contains a bunch of undocumented structures from that DLL. Pretty cool. Weak Records made a couple of posts recently. He has a manual mapper that bypasses hooks and allocation detection. I think some people call this a scatter mapper. I think that's what people have called this type of thing in the past. I think what it does is it finds free memory like at the end of modules and maps it there. I'm not really familiar with that. I've never actually manual mapped anything myself. More anti-debugging tricks. Hot topic lately, anti-debug, to be honest. We have a lot of threads on it. How to find values in browser games, specifically Crunker IO. This is that game is really popular for cheaters too. I think we have like 10 threads about this game. Some pretty good information in it. The problem is they keep updating the game and changing their obfuscation, so you have to keep relearning new methods. So here's some information on Crunker. iPower dropped a Iron Sights cheat. You need to supply your own EAC bypass, but the cheat is pretty sick if you check it out. Pretty standard, right? And then what's our last one? How to reverse engineer save game files. I've always wanted to make a save game editor, but you know what's weird is like the games that come and go so fast. I could spend like 3 months making like a super nice one for some game and no one will play the game anymore, so what's the point? And no one cares about single player anyways. Anyway, beyond those threads, I hope you guys have noticed we are uploading 3 videos per week. I think we have 25 videos ready to go this month. I think since our last What's New video, we have made 25 videos. I think 3/4 of those are published. I think we have 11 or 12 videos that are unpublished. Lots of cool shit here. Because I'm doing this full time now, I have a lot more time to go in depth and make some cooler videos. And if you haven't seen it, ESP1Z1 has made these really sick CS:GO ESP tutorials, which are sick, and it shows you everything you need to know about D3, D9, which is super important. And we have another Squally videos coming soon, CS420. You know what? We have another Tibia video, and I have a couple interesting videos as well. How to find traceline, how to call traceline internally, how to do CS:GO create interface. I have some tutorials about Nginx, Cloudflare, Ascent Midmod, and some other things coming out too. So anyways, we'll see you on the flip. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Again, guidedhacking.com/donate, patreon.com/guidedhacking. Please support us so that we can continue to make videos, and peace out.